What's up? I'm Landon. Most of you guys know me as Landon. And welcome to my channel. It's called Let Him Cook, where I'm him.
It's me. Hi.
I'm him. I'm literally him. I'm literally him. And I'm cooking.
I don't hold a thing against you. I'm so grateful. Every day I'm smiling way more.
So what's been cooking? Well, I turned 26 recently, so this is supposed to be fully developed. We'll see. And the two questions I got asked the most over the past year are, what's new and are you talking to any girls? And I think the answer to the second question is pretty obvious, but people like asking questions they already know the answer to, which is no, by the way. The past year's been pretty eventful. Did a lot of traveling, started a new job, moved to a new place in San Francisco, started living by myself, so I only have people to talk to when I'm at home. Or I guess in my case, people to talk at. But now that I live alone, it means I can do something I've always wanted to do, which is drink milk directly from the bottle. Overrated. Also, I'm not a heathen. Anyways, this was 25. I was in New York for a UFC fight, but some friends surprised me before. And they also got me a chain so people can mistake me for a fuckboy, even more than they do already. Personally, I would never characterize myself as such. I think I'm just a dorky guy who likes to lift a lot, which is exactly something a fuckboy would say. But at this point, I just take it as a compliment. So when Tiffany Tran goes like, "Oh my god, you're such a fuckboy." That's right, Tiffany, I am. What are you gonna do about it? By the way, this kind of attitude is the reason why I always get turned into screenshots in a group text, which is not somewhere you want to spend a lot of time, especially if it's in a Tiffany Tran group text. After that, I went to my first UFC fight, which was cool. I can't really explain it, but I guess I just like to watch people punch each other in the face. Now, I've personally never been in a fight, and I hope to keep it that way. Sometimes I really do wonder how I'd stack up. And then I changed my mind because I realized I can be defeated by a text message. Or actually not getting a text. Speaking of intrusive thoughts, I learned the word mamacita right before I went to Tulum. And my phone still auto-corrects typos to mamacita every single day. Yes, this was my hair color, and yes, you can clown me for it. Right after I got back, I got COVID. So yeah, no video here. I was just laying in bed getting my ass beat. After I recovered from my ass beating was when I really started to explore the city. Popped over to New York where I found this gem. Okay, I'm in the bathroom of a Shake Shack. I just got off the bus from Grand Central. It's been a really long week. Got my phone stolen. I got food poisoning from expired Alfredo sauce, but we made it. I felt like doo-doo from that food poisoning, but I had to power through because I had a day trip to Miami. Like, I actually got so sick from this Alfredo sauce it sent me back a month of gains, which was pretty unfortunate timing because I was about to go to Coachella and I wanted to be big. Actually, what was cool was Jamar Chase hanging out right in front of us. So I went to my first wedding too, and I wasn't big for that. Here's more of me, not big, at Coachella. Anyways, being big is overrated. I haven't touched Alfredo sauce since, which is too bad because I do remember it being quite dank. All that being said, I gave myself one more chance to get big before I went to Aruba. Now I understand why she didn't want to give me a second chance because I fell way short of that. But that's okay, man, we move on. Just because I wasn't big didn't mean I couldn't have fun. And to be honest, my idea of fun is just sleeping on a beach for 7 days straight. And I'm glad I got to do just that. I don't think I've ever used my brain less. I mean, I'm just being honest. I think my friends would disagree. Most of the time, they're like,
Do you ever look at someone and wonder what is going on inside their head?
I took this video thinking I looked so cool that I was literally him. And then when I played it back, I realized I was wearing my helmet completely wrong. Like, I look really, really, really stupid, but it is kind of funny. Anyways, back to the States we go. Visited Denver for the first time and also got to see Odessa. I think one of my many toxic traits is thinking that I'd be a good DJ. I actually never learned any instruments growing up because my hands were too small to play piano. And you know what they say about guys with small hands? They're not big. And neither are their hands. I got back from Denver and Seattle with the lovely surprise that I was locked out of my apartment, so I had to call the locksmith. And this was actually right before the inaugural Portola. So for the next 30 minutes, I have to explain that I can't host a pregame because I'm not at home, but technically I am at home. Right after we got into the warehouse for Fred again, there was this absolute sea of people that crashed down behind us. The sound of bare skin hitting concrete is very distinct. It was the most bodies hit the floor moment I've witnessed this year. Until an hour later, where I'm recording myself biking by the Bay Bridge thinking I'm cute, and then I witness myself eating shit, my own body hitting the floor. I blew out holes in both knees of my pants. Totally my fault. That's the cost of being cute, by the way. It's not the cost of being an idiot and trying to film yourself biking with no hands. Went to New Orleans, where that food be hittin'. Like, sure, there was a time in my life I thought Alfredo sauce was dank, but this was real cooking. Just like me cooking up my shot at Nora Van Eycken. And of course she didn't respond. But we did get a pic with Dom Dalla, who is now Dom Penny since he spilled a little bit of his beer on me. But I'm not gonna act like I haven't spilled drinks all over myself and other people. I do it every weekend. Then a quick visit to LA and that wrapped up the year. And so began 26. Anyways, I have big dreams, man. One of those is becoming a man. So I started this list of things I need to do to become a man. Right now it's got 2 items. Seems pretty comprehensive, but we can always add more. So at the age of 26, I took my first snowboarding lessons ever. And I got cooked. It really puts it into perspective when you take out at least 5 people going down what's supposed to be the easiest slope, which is called Big Easy, and it was anything but. And while you're tumbling and taking out people, you see 5-year-olds just leaving you in the dust. And I'm certain that at the same age, I was bubble wrapped because I was a danger to myself and to others. Hi, Ting Ting.
Hi.
Fuck, dude, my hands are too cold. I can't do this anymore. That shit fucking sucked, dude. I think my butt cheeks are purple. It just was not fun for the longest time. And then after an entire day, it finally clicked. Dude, that shit was fucking awesome, man. I'm still feeling a little bit. Damn. That shit was awesome. That shit fucking sucked, dude. I think my butt cheeks are purple. Okay. Ting Ting!
That was so lit like 10 minutes ago.
No, I told you. This is...
Are you gonna introduce me?
No. It's nice to get these small wins, man. Makes you feel good. But I also didn't feel like I was there yet. You know, like, it couldn't have been this easy. So, now we're back from the trip. Turns out I was right. Being a man is a lot more complicated than I thought initially, so we're gonna keep the list growing. We're gonna keep growing, but not in the way that we're gonna get big. We've got a lot to do in no particular order, but we're gonna get there. Peace.